Am I live? Oh, I'm live. I'm live. Let me move my laundry basket out of the way. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Marcella Wilson. I'm trying to keep the glare out of my eyes. I'm Marcella Wilson, and as usual, I'm coming to you live from my closet. Hey, Johnny. My brother's online, my big bro. What's up? So, as you guys know, I am. Let me wave at him. um, okay, so you guys know I'm on here every day talking about short-term rental properties. So I always, if you watch me and you're not one of my beloved friends or family, I run several short-term rental properties or Airbnbs, and I'm on here talking about short-term rental properties, and I help women start short-term rental businesses. And my mantra is I believe that you can create the life of your dreams one short-term rental property at a time. I plan on doing that with me and my family, and I help other women do that as well. So, coming to you from my closet. So I was talking to one of my friends today, and she was like, "You're in the closet. You need to come out of the closet." Yes, I am in the closet, as you can see. If you see, I always talk about how the closet is the only room in my house, that's like mine, and I just love being in here. I really do, and sometimes I catch my husband in here like brushing his teeth, but I'm just gonna let that go. But anyway, I'm on here, I'm 10 to 15 minutes dropping some knowledge, and then I'm out to do other things that I have to do. So today is a beautiful day. I spent the early afternoon at my daughter's game. She's a cheerleader, and I was doing that, and now I'm here talking to you guys. My brother says the closet is so big you can rent that out as a rental unit. You know what? I actually think that this college is probably a little bit bigger than my first dorm room. I can fit a bed in here. And actually, this was a room. This is a room, right? It's big enough to be a room because it is a room. And when we actually purchased this house, it only had one closet in the master bedroom. And my husband was like, no, I cannot share a closet with Marcella. So we actually changed this. We put a wall on it to make it a room with a door. So it is a room, but it's my closet. But yes, I could rent it out. Throw a bed up in here and I'm good. Anyway, but yeah, one day I'm going to do like a closet tour. I should do that, right? Closet tour, yes. I love my closet. So anyway, what I'm going to be talking about today is something that people always talk to me about as a reason why they don't want to start a short-term rental property or get an Airbnb or have people in their home. So people come to me saying, I don't want, besides the security reasons, and I'll talk about that in another live that I'll do soon. And if you're interested in that, like if you have questions about the security, like I got people staying in my house or in my property and I don't know them. If you're concerned about that, just leave me a message, a comment, because I am interested to see how many people who are listening are concerned about that. But people talk to me about that, security concerns, and then people always talk to me about, well, I really don't want people, trashing my house, or I don't want people damaging my property. I don't want people destroying my property. That's why I don't want to do that. So let me just get this out the way. Let me just get this out the way. Your guests will damage your property. Yes, they will. Your guests will damage your property. Not everyone. Not every guest you have will damage your property. Now, damaging your property and trashing your property are two totally different things, right? I didn't say trash. I said damage. And it's just a fact. It's going to happen. Because guess what? You live in your house and you damage your house, right? I know I do. My kids do. My husband does. We, bust stuff in the house all the time, right? It's just a fact of life. All right. So, like I said, I have several short-term rental properties, and I've had them for several years. And over the years, yeah, we've had some damage. Like, somebody, stained the rug, or, there was some pictures that, are down the stairwell. Well, somebody knocked off a picture and broke the picture frame. Someone broke the door off of our kitchen cabinet because they had on cargo shorts, and one of the loops or whatever got hooked on one of the lower cabinets, and they were walking and completely ripped the door of the kitchen cabinet off the hinges. Somebody pulled down one of the blinds. We have those vertical blinds that cover a sliding glass door. Somebody pulled off one of the slats, or the panes, as you call them. Somebody pulled off the panes. Somebody broke a leg on a chair. Damage is going to happen. But damage is different than guests trashing your house, right? So I just want you to be realistic in how and that, yeah, people are going to, not intentionally, but they're going to damage your home. And there's a couple of reasons why they're going to damage your home or your property or a room in your house. The main reason is because it's not their house. When you go to a hotel or you're staying in an Airbnb, it's not yours, and you know that. So you're like leaving lights on. You can let the water run a little bit longer. Child, let somebody in my house leave a light on when they walk out the room. One of my kids do that. It's like, whoa, girl, turn that light off. We gotta pay for that. But if I'm staying in a hotel or something, I don't care. I do not care. And that is one reason why people damage things, because they're going hard. They're on vacation, or, they're having a birthday party or something. It's not their house. They're letting loose. And they unintentionally damage things. Like I said before, they don't trash. And I will tell you in a bit how to protect yourself from that. They damage, not trash. So, they're not in their home. It's not their home, so they don't care about it like it's their home, because they don't have to live there, right? That level of care is gone. They're like there for a few nights or a week or whatever, and then they're out. They don't care. It's great while they're there, but then they're on to the next. So people are not going to treat it like it's their home, because it isn't. So, and remember my last live stream, I was talking about your mindset, how you have to think differently about the room that you're renting out, or the unit that you're renting out, or the floor you're renting out, or the different property that you're renting out. You can't think of it as people are staying at my house. No, people are staying in one of your properties, your investment properties, right? You have to think about it differently. You have to not make it personal, take the emotion out of it. So yeah, people are just gonna damage it, because they're having fun, letting loose. They're on vacation, and they're, it's not their house, and they don't care. But there are ways to protect you as a short-term rental property owner. There are ways to protect guests from, destroying your house, or, damaging your property, and how to get, payment back for what they've destroyed. So the number one way that we use is to have the guests pay a deposit. right? And we tell them up front, this is a damage deposit, right? It's not a deposit, like we holding this on your credit card just to show you can pay. No, this is a damage deposit, meaning if you damage our house, you will not get this money back. And let me tell you something, that is a big motivator, I should say. It's a big motivator because the guests want that money back. And initially, like, we didn't do that at first. And then we started doing it. Not that we were getting a lot of damage and we're like, oh, we got to do something. No, it just didn't. We didn't do that. It just so happened that we were kind of becoming friendly with another short-term rental property owner, and we were kind of learning from them. So they recommended, that we do damage deposits. And let me tell you something. Guests act differently when they know you're holding money, that there's a chance that they might not get back. So they will, as soon as they get in the house, they will text me like, oh my gosh, you know what? I did see that there was a spot on the rug. I just want to let you know that was there when we got there. We didn't do it, and it's like, okay, cool. So, when you make them pay a deposit up front, and it's included in all the fees, so it's just like, it's automatically included in all the booking fees. And we just let them know, hey, 2 weeks after your departure date, your deposit will be automatically refunded the way you paid us initially. And let me tell you something, it is an amazing thing, right? So that is probably what I recommend, the number one way of keeping your house damage free. But damage happens, and if it happens, we just deduct it from the deposit and keep it moving. But I will say I've had one or two. Now, we've had hundreds of clients over the years, and the majority of them, 99% have been amazing. But we have had one or two that we've had one or two that have really fought us on the damage deposit. 2 people, actually. So these 2 guests, did damage our house, and there was no dispute that they damaged the house, right? They did it. They admitted to doing it, but they just, wanted to get the deposit back. And I always thought that was interesting that, they outright damaged our house, and they fought the hardest, to get the money back, but you damaged the house. So you're always we did have, 2 people who were just like, emailing us every day, like, we want our money back and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, you can't get it back. So the number one thing is the deposit they pay up front. The number 2 things that protects you is the rental agreement, right? And the rental agreement is a legal document that the guest has to sign before they get any access to the house. It's like, yes, you've booked the house. Now you got to sign the rental agreement. The rental agreement goes over all the house rules. And it talks about the damage deposit, which tells them that, you damage our house, you're not going to get the deposit back. And you may be charged even more on your credit card if it exceeds the damage deposit. So that's a legal document, just in case somebody really gets upset. I mean, we've never had that happen, and upset that they really wanted to take it further. But the rental agreement is a legal document, and that covers us. And it also informs the guests as to what we expect, and it's legal and binding. Now, I have had one guest, like I said, we've had hundreds of guests over the years. I did have one guest who did not want to sign the rental agreement. She wanted to, and we emailed back and forth for days. She wanted me to change the wording and modify different parts and black out sections of the deposit and all things like that. And, I just told her, look, you know, my husband and I have a rule. If you don't sign the rental agreement, you will not get access to the house. We will refund your money in a minute. But if you don't sign that, you don't get access to the house, period. Do not do not pass go, do not collect $100. You will not get into our house. We will not send you any check-in information if you don't sign that rental agreement. So, and that thing covers us, right? So, and it protects us. So, we're not going to modify it and change it in any way, but people will test you. So, if people test you, then they're not the guest for you, right? Just let them go because, it's not worth it. But that's a whole nother live, right? That's a whole nother discussion. But I just want to reiterate that the number two thing that protects you from your house getting damaged is that rental agreement, because it's legal and it's binding and it lets them know. So between the damage deposit and the rental agreement, you should be fine. And we have been fine, right? So just expect that damage happens. It's not it's not intentional, right? It's just a part of life. It's just a part of life when you got a bunch of people in your house or your property or your unit and it's not their home. They're not going to treat your home like it's their home. That's just the truth, right? And damage happens. You damage your home. I damage my home. It happens. But that deposit, people act right when they're trying to get some money back, right? And, the rental agreement. Have them sign a rental agreement and do not give them any access to your unit or your property or your floor or your home if they don't sign it and return it back to you. So that is all I wanted to talk to you guys about, is that, damage happens. Your damage deposit will save you, and so will that rental agreement. All right, but if you got any other questions about, how to handle a guest if they've damaged your home or rental agreements or anything like that, or how to start a short-term rental property, I'm going to put a link in my bio on how to talk to me on the phone. I offer free 60-minute strategy sessions, right? And you can just sign up and talk with me about any issues you have. Like if you want to start an Airbnb, you're thinking about it, or you're thinking about renting a room in your house, or if you've got family members that, are thinking about doing this, just tag them on this and let them know. So, because I did a live about 2 weeks ago, a lot of families sitting on some Airbnb empires, right? You got some families in the home, got some homes in the family, some older adults maybe downsizing or moving into retirement homes or assisted living, and they leaving behind some properties. So some of y'all got some properties. So if you've got some family members that are interested in this, or you're interested in it, sign up for a strategy session with me. It's free. I'm not taking any money. We can just chit chat, and I can see where you are, and you tell me about your property, and we go from there. Does that sound good? All right. So I'm going to get off this call, this live, but I just want to let you know that damage does happen. People come to me and like, I don't want people to damage my house. They will. That's just a part of running a short-term rental property. They will. It's different from someone coming in and trashing your house. That's totally different. But people will just accidentally damage things in your house, and that's just life, right? All right, so I've got to get off. Talk to you guys later. I'm going to come out the closet. I'm coming out the closet. All right, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Hope you're having a great Saturday. It's beautiful out there. All right, bye.